Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. Okay, so I'm going to say something right off the bat. I agree, dating is like stepping around landmines. We are living in unprecedented times now. What we're going through in the last 25 to 30, 40 years it's brand new to humankind, to mankind, and our nervous systems, our mating systems, our reptilian brains are not wired for it. This is why everyone is having such an extremely hard time going, what do we do? So kind of like the song just screamed out, I'm scared to live. I think a lot of you guys have been damaged to the point where you're looking for reasons almost not to date. So again, I was watching a stoic, it was like a cartoon thing. Now, there's a lot of good messages. So if she does this, she's going to go out with her girls on Friday night and wear her pink panties and short skirts. Like, yeah, it's kind of a bad sign and you're not invited. I get it. I respect it. You know what? At this point in time, I'd probably be like, okay, well, grab the rest of your shit and get the fuck out. Here's my only warning, though. There's a lot of things that can be involved, and I'm going to explain those towards the next half of the video, okay? Because I want to get to the red flags right now. Okay, so red flag number 1. If someone is inconsistent, hot and cold, flaky, sends one-word text, that's something you might want to consider, because it's kind of like, yeah, she's not really that interested. She's putting the minimum amount of effort. And say the one-word text. Now, the hot and cold thing, that is a real red flag. Now, there is a secondary reason that could be going on, which is still going to be a red flag. It has to do with someone's personal issues. Okay, so let's talk about hot and cold, because, I mean, I've heard this since I was probably in my 20s, maybe even, not in high school, but my 20s. Hot and cold essentially is like for maybe a week or so, boom, they're really into you. They call you every day, they text you every day, or maybe not every day, but every other day. They want to talk, and when they have time and they want to meet, they want to go out, they show up, and they're enthusiastic. And then the next week, they're just kind of, they don't respond. They didn't return your text that day. And you're like, well, okay. Then the next day, they give you a one-word text. You're like, huh, okay, this is interesting. And then they're reluctant to go out. Oh, I'm not in the mood. Okay. And then suddenly, a couple days later, maybe 5 days later, a week later, or whatever, all of a sudden they're back into you again, and they're hot again, and they're on you, and they're talking to you, and they want to be with you, and you end up having like a 20, 30-minute phone conversation, and they text you twice or 3 times that day. You have a mini texting conversation, and then they say, hey, let's meet tomorrow. You say, hey, you want to go out tomorrow? Yeah, sure, let's do it. And then they do it, and they're enthusiastic, and they're happy, and they're glad to see you, and then they go cold again. Run. I just went through that last summer, and it was the weirdest mind fuck in my life. It was like, because I was like, man, because in the beginning, I really thought this girl was, I think, well, in this case, she really was into me, and probably still is, but okay, I'm going to get to it. She's an avoidant, and avoidants will rip your heart and soul out, but they don't mean to. They're doing all this stuff, hot and cold. It's like they're parallel to narcissists, but narcissists are doing it to destroy you. Avoidants are doing it to protect themselves, and it doesn't damage you in the way a narcissist does. It's different because they're trying to run away, where a narcissist is trying to trap you for life and just beat the shit out of you psychologically for life, because they're trying to hurt you. Whereas an avoidant's not trying to hurt you, they're trying to push you away. All right, so let's get back to it. So again, it's inconsistency and it's hot and cold. When I experience that, I walk. 'Cause here's why. They're not sure what they want. They're probably dating other people. So that's my sign for saying she's not that into me. She is into me, but she's not sure. The minute someone's not sure, I walk. Okay, look, let's take you. When you really like a woman, do you want to be with her? Hell yes. Believe it or not, but when a girl really likes you, she wants to be with you too. She'll be giddy, she'll be happy, she'll pretty much be jumping for joy. So in the first 3 months, I would say even beyond that, 4 months, if she's not really happy and can't wait to see you, and not really happy, but she's kind of like, oh, I don't know, it's kind of grumpy once in a while, kind of bitchy and moany, especially in the first 3 months, walk. Because at that point, you're just going to be punishing yourself. This is who she is. And this is the way she views your experience with her. So let's just say this is her personality. Well, do you want to be with someone like that? The other thing really, though, is anyone's personality doesn't really show until about the 6th, 8th, or 12th month, even after that. Because the first 8 months to a year or longer, we've got these hormones and adrenaline and all these chemicals, love chemicals going on. So you're just like, I can't wait to see this person. If they're not treating you in that way, get out. Stop. Here's why. Because you're wasting your time when you could meet someone better. So in a relationship where you're always trying to keep someone's attention, that is a recipe for disaster. If you have to work to get her attention, trust me, it's already over. It's just going to end really, really bad the longer it goes. Let me tell you another thing that I learned. I got hurt really bad in that second long-term relationship. It lasted 8 years. I talked about it in the last video. And I didn't date for a couple years after that. Probably actually 3 or 4 years after. It was quite a while. And then when I went on a first date, this girl was rude, disrespectful. We hadn't even ordered yet. And I'm like, are you always like this? She goes, yeah, why? Like all cocky and stuff and acting all badass. I'm like, honestly, if you're going to be disrespectful, if you do it again, I'm just going to leave. And I freaking did. Grabbed my coat and I just walked out. She thought I went to the bathroom. I got all the way home. It was only about a 12-minute drive or something, literally to get to my actual parking space. She called me. She goes, where are you? I'm like, I'm in my living room. Why? She goes, no, seriously, are you still in the bathroom? I'm like, no, I'm at home. I'm dead serious. She goes, why? I go, you're being disrespectful. She goes, are you joking? I'm like, no, I'm not joking. And let me tell you something. It felt good. So I actually, it built up my self-esteem. It was the weirdest. I was like, man, I felt good about myself because I was standing up for myself. I wasn't going to put up with it, and I didn't let it happen more than 2 times. Like, okay, I'm done. Bye. I wish I had started doing this in high school. I would have had a much, much better life all the way around. Now, here's the thing. I went out on another date about a week or 2 later, took her to the same place. She started being kind of rude, and I'm like, okay, well, look, is this the way you treat men when you first meet, like the first date? She says, well, yeah, why? What's wrong with it? I'm like, look, if you're going to be disrespectful, I told her, so I'm going to leave. Sure enough, she was disrespectful, grabbed my coat, and I walked out. See, the bathroom is on the way out, so she thought I went to the bathroom. About 5 minutes later, I'm already on the highway, going down the highway, and it was summer, so I had the window down. She goes, where are you? Still in the bathroom? I'm like, no, I'm going home. She goes, no, you're not. And I stuck my phone out the window. I go, do you believe me now? She goes, well, what happened? I go, you were being disrespectful. I told you not to do that again. I have to tell you, I felt almost a guilty pleasure. I felt like, because man, it made me feel so good. Like I felt strong. I don't know how to explain it. It's like inside something felt really good. And by the time I got home, I thought, man, I'm just going to keep doing this because, man, guys, it feels really good. So now I'm a serial dater and I can't wait till someone does the smallest mistake. No, I'm just kidding. Here's the funny thing. I always thought I was going to feel bad. Oh, I can't do that to someone. Oh, I'd feel so bad. I don't want to hurt someone's feelings. But let me tell you something, because I was at a point in my life where clearly these people didn't give a shit about my feelings. And I was like, yep, that's not my responsibility. And I walked out. So be willing to walk. In fact, okay, I got something. Here's the deal. When you first go on a date with someone, and I don't mean just the first 2 dates, but I mean 4, 5, 6, 7 dates, even if you have to write it down on a 3x5 card and go in the bathroom and just read the quick notes, your goal should be looking for her being disrespectful. Your goal should be looking for reasons to walk out. Because when you have the willingness to leave, you have the power. And they'll feel it. They'll sense it because you're not kissing up. You're not trying to kiss their ass. You're not doing the quick smiles to everything she says. You're not doing any of that shit. And here's the thing. I'm not saying be rude or be a dick or just be a dick and walk away. I'm legitimately saying like, hey, here's why. Most guys kind of go oblivious when they're with the girl they like, especially if she's pretty. They just kind of go narrow focus. And it's just like you're kind of like you're not home. So this will keep you home. Lean back and just kind of have an open, broader vision of her whole body language, and just receive what she's saying and how she's saying. Is she being respectful? Is she kind? Is she gentle? Is she a good person? Is she treating you well? Okay? And if she is, great. Now, here's the deal. A lot of times there are people like avoidants that will treat you really well in the beginning. And then what happens is they start to pull away because once they start getting close to you, they get hurt. Part of what they do is they try to make up a reason in their mind of like I need a reason not to like this guy because I can't just leave. And that's what a lot of people think. So they're going to try to look for reasons not to like you. Now, again, they're not doing it because they're being mean to you. They're doing it because they're like, I need to protect my heart. I have to get out of here because they're scared. Not that you did anything wrong, but because you did everything right. Meaning, when an avoidant starts falling in love with you, they run. That's how you know an avoidant actually likes you. They'll just suddenly disappear. One thing they will do, because they're looking through a lens of I'm trying to find a reason not to like this person, they will misunderstand things that you're saying because they're filtering it through this filter of I need a reason not to like them, and they'll see things or hear things in the wrong way. They'll misunderstand things. No, okay, I gotta go. This guy isn't good for me. And here's the thing: you didn't do anything wrong, and they're not trying to hurt you. I know it's a really hard thing to understand. Is that okay? I've got some. All right, real quick. When I was a kid, my mother used to beat the shit out of me, and she would laugh while she was doing it. I mean, she beat me with leather belts. It was a fucking extreme, long-lasting, over a decade experience. Blood, just you name it, it was fucked up. Burned my hand on the stove when I was 6 years old. I mean, it was a fucked up situation. My older sister used to beat the crap out of me, pull my hair. My younger sister started doing it. It was just fucked up. And they would always grin right before it happened. There was kind of this scenario where they would have me in their room. My mom would call the sisters in. They'd line up. They would smile at me. They would laugh. My mom would order my sister to go get a belt off her bed, or because she'd lay him out. It was a pretty fucked up thing. So here's what happened. As I grew up, I was terrified of any woman or girl that smiled at me, because in my mind that got linked up as, oh, that's the sign they're going to hurt me really bad. Now, I think I was around 9th grade. I think that summer just before 10th grade, I believe. We were at the mall. I was with my best friend's mom, my best friend, his mom, and her sister, who the next year became a Raiderette for the Oakland Raiders. And his older sister, older than her, she was already a Raiderette. So this was a beautiful family, like physically and also like emotionally, just good people. So this really cute girl was smiling at me at the mall, and we were on the 2nd floor. And she kept smiling and flirting and looking at me. And my friend's mom goes, Mike, go talk to that girl. She likes you. And I said, no way. She goes, why? I go, she's going to hurt me. She's like, what? What are you talking about? Michael, that's a nice young lady. Go talk to her. I'm like, no, I'm not going to talk to her. She's going to hurt me. And his sister goes, Michael, what are you talking about? So long story short, I did not talk to that girl. And here's the funny thing. I would only date women that didn't smile, that essentially were angry people. And guess what? They treated me like shit. Now listen to what I'm saying to you. This is essentially what happened to avoidant when they were a kid. Their parents would abuse them. Anytime they would open up to their parents emotionally and want to connect with them on a heart level, being intimate and get close to them emotionally, they would physically get punished. They would emotionally get punished. They would be laughed at, abused, be strong, don't open up, And so they become avoidants. Now, and what does that mean? Anytime they get close to someone, they pull away. Anytime a cute girl smiled at me, I pulled the hell away. And I ended up dating the worst possible people on the planet. So here's the deal. You really should learn about avoidance. I may make another video about that. Here's what I'm trying to say. There are some people who have been traumatized, and they're not trying to hurt you. In the beginning, they really, really do like you. But then suddenly they pull away. They might close down. They may not physically leave, but they may just shut off, okay? So this can be a hot and cold kind of situation where they may open up a week later because they're having this internal battle. But that's not all people. I don't know if that's like 6% of society or 4% or 10%, but it's not even 10. It's a small percentage. Most women that are doing the hot and cold game, they're either just not that into you or they like to fuck with people. Now, a lot of times, because men have been treated this way by women who are playing games, the anger and yelling tends to land on the avoidant because you've been hurt before and you assume like, oh, well, she's just one of them, when really she's not. This is just her survival mode. She's trying to survive. And here's the deal, you can get really hurt if you stick around avoidant too long. It rips your heart and soul out. I know, I went through it. It really does suck. Because on some level, call it unconscious or an emotional level, you can feel that inside they're actually a really good person that's just been really hurt. And they're sad and they're lonely and they isolate themselves. It's a really fucked up situation. And the problem is when they pull away after initially getting close to you, it hurts. So if you know someone's avoidant, I would get out as soon as possible because it's going to hurt. That's it. If they're hot and cold, wishy-washy, in and out, go. Alright guys, that's it. Click subscribe, click the like button, go ahead and make a comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.